Hey guys, and welcome back to another lesson of Algebra 2. Today we're going to be learning how to solve inequalities. There's some key concepts that everyone must know regarding inequalities. The first one is, what does an inequality even look like, and how do you read it, and how do you graph it? Well, that's what I'm going to be teaching you today. So first, you might have come across this, and this is called x is greater than 4. We're going to be graphing it as an open circle, and the arrow is going to be pointing towards the greater numbers like 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. For the next one, x is greater than or equal to 4. Here we're going to be closing the circle because we're including 4. Whereas here, which was an open, here it did not include 4, so it wasn't shaded in. And again, it's greater than, so it's going to be pointing off to the right side. This one is x is less than 4. And because it's not including 4, it's an open circle, and it's going to be pointing to the left-hand side. And finally, x is less than or equal to 4. It's going to include 4, and it's going to go to the negative numbers. Inequalities, there are some properties that every student must know. The first one is the transitive property. If A is greater than B and B is greater than C, then A is greater than C. This can be shown as if 5 is greater than 3 and 3 is greater than 1, 5 is greater than 1, which is true. Then there's the addition property. If A is greater than B, then A plus C is greater than B plus C. In this case, C is the same value, so it's true because A is the greater number here. So the greater number plus a constant is going to always be greater than the smaller number plus the constant. In this case, 4 is greater than 2. So 4 plus 1 is greater than 2 plus 1, which is true. 5 is greater than 3. Then there's the subtraction property. If A is greater than B, then A minus C is greater than B minus C. Again, C is the constant here. So if 7 is greater than 4, so 7 minus 3 is greater than 4 minus 3, which is true. 4 is greater than 1. Now we have multiplication. If A is greater than B and C is greater than 0, then A times C is greater than B times C. So 6 is greater than 5, and 3 is greater than 0. So 6 times 3 should be greater than 5 times 3, which is true. 18 is greater than 15. But there's another case of multiplication. If A is greater than B, and C is less than 0, then A times C is less than B times C. So it can be shown as 3 is greater than 2, and negative 4 is less than 0. So 3 times negative 4 is less than 2 times negative 4, which is true. Negative 12 is less than negative 8. Now we have division. If A is greater than B and C is greater than 0, then A over C is greater than B over C, which is true. So if 9 is greater than 3 and 3 is greater than 0, so then 9 over 3 is greater than 3 over 3, which is true. 3 is greater than 1. And there's a second case for division as well. If A is greater than B, then C is less than 0, then A over C is less than B over C. This can be shown as 12 is greater than 6, and negative 6 is less than 0. So then it must be 12 over negative 6 is less than 6 over negative 6, which is true. Negative 2 is less than negative 1. Practice problem time. What is the solution to the inequalities? Graph the solution. Just as a note, solve it how you would do as if for a normal equation. And another one, if dividing by a negative number, switch the signs. Okay, this is what I mean. Negative 3 times x, let's just say negative 3 times x is less than 6. To solve for x, you would need to divide by negative 3. But be careful here. Because you're dividing by a negative number, you always have to switch the sign. So x is greater than negative 2. Now, please feel free to pause the video and solve these problems on your own. Okay, so here, the first step I would do is I would distribute the negative 2. So it would be negative 2x minus 18 plus 5 is greater than or equal to 3. Then I would combine like terms, so negative 2x minus 13 is greater than or equal to 3. Plus 13 plus 13, negative 2x is greater than or equal to 16. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Be careful here, switch signs. X is less than or equal to negative 8. Here, when graphing, since x is less than or equal to negative 8, we would circle in, color in on negative 8, and go to the left-hand side. Now for the next problem, I would distribute again. So it would be negative 6x plus 15 plus 1 is greater than or equal to 4. Combine like terms. Negative 6x plus 16 is greater than or equal to 4. Minus 16 minus 16. Negative 6x is greater than or equal to negative 12. Divide by negative 6, divide by negative 6. Be careful here. X is less than or equal to 2. And because x is less than or equal to 2, we would circle in the 2 and go towards the left-hand side. There's some more practice problems. Okay, so what is the solution of 8 is less than or equal to 3x minus 1 and 2x is less than 12? Graph the solution. Please feel free to pause the video and try this on your own. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is solve for x. So 8 is less than or equal to 3x minus 1. So then plus 1, 3x is greater than or equal to 9. And x is greater than or equal to 3. And then for the second one, 2x is less than 12. So x is less than 6. Okay, so now we have our two, I want to say constraints here. So now let's graph it. So this one, x is greater than or equal to 3. So we're going to be using a closed circle for this because it's including 3. And for this one, x is less than 6. So we're going to be using an open circle. Here, since x is greater than 3, it would be going in this direction. And because x is less than 6, it will be going in this direction. But now, these two are constraints, so they have to stop. So 3 to this. This is how you would graph this. Next problem. Okay. Is the inequality always, sometimes, or never true? Please feel free to pause the video and figure it out on your own. Okay. Now here, I would first distribute. So here. So 8x minus 12 is less than 8x plus 8. So here I'm going to subtract 8x minus 8x. So negative 12 is less than 8. And this is always true because negative 12 will always be less than 8. It's a fact. So this inequality is always true. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to see you next time. Bye!